Is it Berenstein or Berenstain Bears? And what the hell did Forrest Gump say about a box of chocolates? I just can't remember. It's all part of the Mandela Effect. 11 questions on false memories of the masses. This is Trivia with Buds. It be, and welcome to another glorious episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out this show. Thanks for telling a friend. And without any further ado, we're going to dive right into this one. This is one of my favorite topics I've done at my live trivia nights, and I use it at a lot of corporate parties and things because it really gets people thinking and talking and second guessing, which is always the sign of a good trivia round. It's called the Mandela Effect. And this whole thing is something I heard about probably about a year and a half ago, where a lot of people think things have happened and they haven't actually happened, or they happened in a different way, but people could swear that they happened in the way they remember. So I compiled 11 of these questions for you to answer at a live event and on the podcast today. So we're going to jump into these. Now, if you are playing along at home, if you're writing down the answers, spelling would count on these questions, because the spelling is a big part of it, because the specific wording of the answers. So if you're playing along and you're doing some sort of competition with you and your pals, make sure the spelling does count. We're going to jump in right now. This is question number 1, the Mandela Effect. Question number 1, what company used the jingle, "My Baloney Has a First Name," to sell their cold cuts? Question number 1, what company used the jingle, "My Baloney Has a First Name," to sell their cold cuts? Now, that seemingly might be an easy question, but again, if spelling counts, that's kind of the purpose of the question. How is that company spelled? Question number 2, Sarah Jessica Parker starred on what HBO series spawning 2 feature films? Sarah Jessica Parker, SJP, starred on what HBO series spawning 2 feature films? Question number 3, true or false, the mascot for Monopoly wears a monocle? Question number 3, true or false, the mascot for Monopoly wears a monocle? Question number 4, Mother Bear, Papa Bear, Brother Bear, and Sister Bear are from what collection of children's literature? We alluded to this one in the intro. Number 4, Mother Bear, Papa Bear, Brother Bear, and Sister Bear are from what collection of children's literature? Question number 5, does Curious George have a tail, yes or no? Question 5, does Curious George have a tail, yes or no? Question number 6, which of these phrases does Darth Vader say? A, Luke, I am your father. B, no, I am your father. C, boy, I am your father. Or D, fool, I am your father. Which of these phrases does Darth Vader say? Luke, I am your father. No, I am your father. Boy, I am your father. Or fool, I am your father. Question number 7, which is the correct spelling for the candy bar Kit Kat? Is it Kit space cat or Kit hyphen cat? Is there a hyphen in Kit Kat? Number 7, do you put a hyphen between kit and cat, or is there no hyphen? Question number 8, in Forrest Gump, does Forrest say life is like a box of chocolates, or life was like a box of chocolates? Question number 8, in Forrest Gump, does Forrest say life is like a box of chocolates, or life was like a box of chocolates? Question number 9, what is the Brad Pitt Tom Cruise vampire movie called? Is it A, Interview with the Vampires? B, Interview with a Vampire? C, Interview with the Vampire? Or D, Interviews with the Vampire? Question number 9, what is the Brad Pitt Tom Cruise vampire movie called? A, Interview with the Vampires. B, Interview with a Vampire. C, Interview with the Vampire. Or D, Interviews with the Vampire? Question number 10, Mandela Effect. What is the name of the toucan-sponsored cereal where a bird says to follow your nose? What is the name of the toucan-sponsored cereal where a bird says to follow your nose? And number 11 for 2 points. What date did Nelson Mandela die? This whole round is named after him, the Mandela Effect. What date did Nelson Mandela die? If you're playing along, 2 points for this one. January 2nd, 1986. February 14th, 1989, December 22nd, 2002, or December 5th, 2013? What date did Nelson Mandela die? January 2nd, 1986, February 14th, 1989, December 22nd, 2002, or December 5th, 2013? Those are your answers. Those are your questions for the Mandela Effect. We're going to go over your answers in just a second, and we're going to play some quick audio from something that also may jog your memory in a weird way. Here we go.
So Sinbad, were you a genie back in the day?
No, man. It was a lot. Everybody thought it was Shazam. It started about 2008, 2000. I don't even know how it got started. I don't even know how it started. Then it got to the point... People remember the same scene. They only remember one scene, me and two little kids. They don't remember no other part of the movie. And everybody says, I watched it as a kid. I said, okay, all you did watch it. I would give $10,000. I put it online. I would give $10,000 to anybody to bring up the videotape. Everybody got fake boxes. They Photoshop boxes. I said, where is the tape in the box? Because everybody got these good boxes.
So it's the Mandela Effect.
It's beyond that. It's beyond it because Mandela was in prison. You know, the Bernstein Bears, the were bears. There was never... Shazam. It was never a genie movie, so this one has no basis on anything. To the point where people think I stole all the tapes back.
There it was, a little interview with Sinbad talking about how people think he's in a genie movie that he was never in. No genie movie for Sinbad, but I guess he did, some sort of, he wore some kind of genie-type costume on a special, and people got that confused, so there's a screenshot of it, etc., etc. So never in a genie movie, but did portray a genie-type character at one point that got lodged in people's head for some reason. Here's question number one, Mandela Effect. What company used the jingle My Baloney as a first name to sell their cold cuts? That was Oscar Mayer, but Mayer is M-A-Y-E-R. Oscar Mayer, M-A-Y-E-R. Number two, Sarah Jessica Parker starred on what HBO series spawning 2 feature films? The answer was Sex and the City. Sex and the City. I thought up until probably a year ago that the show was called Sex in the City. Number three, true or false, the mascot for Monopoly wears a monocle. That is false. A lot of people think he does. He does not wear a monocle. I think maybe my reasoning for why I think he wears a monocle is from Ace Ventura. I think when nature calls, he goes to like a fancy party and he goes, look, it's the Monopoly guy. And the guy has a top hat and a monocle. So that's the memory in my head that makes me think he wore a monocle, but no monocle for that guy. Number four, Mother Bear, Papa Bear, Brother Bear, Sister Bear are from what collection of children's literature? The Berenstain Bears, S-T-A-I-N, Berenstain Bears. Number five, does Curious George have a tail? Yes or no? No tail. There's no tail in any of the books or the movies. There is one lamp that I found in a blog online where the handle of the lamp is his tail, but that was the only time they added it and not part of the official lore of Curious George. Number six, which of these phrases does Darth Vader say? Luke, I am your father. No, I am your father. Boy, I am your father. Or fool, I am your father. He says the second one. No, I am your father. So a lot of people think it's Luke, but it's actually no. Number seven, which is the correct spelling for the candy bar Kit Kat? Is it Kit Kat or Kit-Kat? It is just Kit Kat, no hyphen in the candy bar name Kit Kat. So it's just Kit space Kat. Number eight, in Forrest Gump, does Forrest say life is like a box of chocolates or life was like a box of chocolates? The answer is was. He's saying what his mom used to say. So it's kind of a weird tense thing, but he says, Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Number nine, what is the Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise vampire movie called? It is C, Interview with the Vampire. Interview with the Vampire. A lot of people think it's Interview with a Vampire, but it is actually the Vampire. Question number 10, what's the name of the Toucan-sponsored cereal where a bird says to follow your nose? That was Fruit Loops, but fruit is spelled F-R-O-O-T. So fruit, spelled in the weird way, Fruit Loops. And the bonus for 2 points, what date did Nelson Mandela die? The round is named after him. Was it January 2nd, 1986, February 14th, 1989, December 22nd, 2002, or December 5th, 2013? The answer was the last one, December 5th, 2013. A lot of people swear they saw his funeral on TV in the 80s and that he died in prison, but he was alive until 2013. How'd you do on those Mandela questions? The Mandela Effect. It'll mess with your head every time. I use that one a lot at different parties, and people are always blown away by some of the answers once they realize that they've known the wrong facts their whole life. If you like this show, tell a friend about it. Leave a review on iTunes. That would be really cool of you. And let me know how you play. Do you play alone? Do you listen on a commute? Do you battle with somebody on a road trip? I'm always looking for feedback on how people listen to the show. For all your trivia needs, go to triviawithbuds.com. That's trivia with budds.com. I'd love to do a event, a charity, a fundraiser, a birthday party in your area and entertain your friends, your family, and your coworkers. If you played with me live, head over to Yelp, leave me a review on Yelp. That would be super great too. And that's it. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks for spreading the word, and we'll see you next time for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.